friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode number 13. Are you superstitious about the number 13? I kind of am. But anyway, let's get to the episode, shall we? My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And I love to crochet. You can find all that goodness, crochet goodness, on Instagram and Ravelry. My username is LoriLulu327. There is a Ravelry group for this podcast. There's a link down below for it. And if you have any questions or comments, obviously you can leave them down below, or you can email me. That's a good way to get a hold of me. And the email for this podcast is LoriLulu327@gmail.com. I want to welcome any new viewers and returning viewers. Hello again. I'm glad you're here. And so, shall we just get right to it? So grab a drink, grab your project, get comfortable. So I usually like to start off with life stuff, things that have been going on in our lives, because I do have friends and family that don't like yarn or aren't into that. So they just want to watch this part and then stop. That's fine. I don't care. So get on to life stuff. Actually, I was trying to think of stuff that's happened in the last 2 weeks. Not much. The only big thing is, we had 3 years ago, we had leased a Honda CR-V, which is my vehicle. And the lease was actually up this week. So, but when we had gone car shopping and all that, it was with the intent of we are going to keep this car forever. So basically this week was doing all the paperwork for buying a car without the fun of test driving the car, because I've been driving it for the last 3 years. Anyway. So that's pretty much it for life stuff. Just an FYI, this week, I watched a documentary. It's called The History of Art, in 3 colors. And so they spent an hour on gold, an hour on blue, and an hour on white. And the whole time I'm looking at the blue, and it's just like, oh, it's so pretty. So, hence the blue nails. Yep, that's about the right color of what they were showing. Anyway, so, and my CR-V is about this color. It's really pretty. That's pretty much, honestly, it's been work and crochet for the last 2 weeks. I did hit the Hobby Lobby clearance, the yarn clearance that they have going on. It finally came to the store. Actually, there's a store near my house here, but I don't really go to that one very often. Usually, if I go to Hobby Lobby, it's on my lunch hour, so I go to the one near my office. And I didn't think that the yarn clearance was going to hit us, but it did. I went, I had an extra skein of blue that I wasn't going to need. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just exchange it. So I was just going in for 1 skein. And then I saw all the orange stickers. And at the Hobby Lobby there in Bradley, the yarn section is near the frame section. And so I walked back there and there were people there, arms loaded. Do you have a cart or a basket I could borrow? I wasn't planning on this, or else I would have grabbed one when I walked in. So I bought got some real goodies that I'll show you here later. And then when I got back to work, I was looking at the yarn that I bought and looking at patterns and all that stuff. And so there's one pattern that I'm going to show you. You'll see it, don't worry. But I was like, I may have just enough for this pattern. So I went again after work, and they had 1 skein left of it, so I'm excited. But a lot of the yarn that I got, I'm going to put in giveaways because I'm going to be running my own make-along. I'm excited about that. More details for that later. I have a section, the 2B section. You'll hear all about that. But first, shall we start with finished objects? I think we should. For those of you who are new, I've been doing kind of like this hat, banana hat kick. My local yarn store, it's a mile and a half that way. It's called Llama Llama Ding Dong. It's awesome, and these two lovely ladies, Yax and Rue, they own it, and they're just the sweetest. I love going over there and just hanging out. But they are cooperating. I forget how to word it, but Lion Brand Yarn is doing a Hat Not Hate donation awareness for, it's basically an anti-bullying campaign, and they want blue hats that will be donated to children in schools that are participating in this anti-bullying campaign. So I've been doing lots of blue hats, and then I'm also doing hats that are going to be donated to the Children's Hospital here in Chicago. It's spelled L-U-R-I-E, so it's not Lori, but Lurie's Children's Hospital. Anyway, so I had heard that, or I researched, and I actually did do the research this time, but children's cancer, the color is yellow, so I did a bunch of yellow hats. So I do have 2 yellow hats to show you. I did finish 3 blue hats, but Yax and Rue, their goal was to do 100 hats by the end of July. Not January, July. And July 20th is when the hats are all due, and they wanted to have 100. And when I was there last weekend, I had 2 that I was working on. I had 1 in my bag, or I had 2 finished, 1 that I was working on, and their nephew went and did a count, and he's like, we have 95. Okay, well, if I finish this 1, donate the 3, you're at 98. Yax and Rue were each working on 1. There's your 100. And we still have a month to go. So, it's not that I'm stopping the blue hats. It's just, I don't have any to show you. So yeah, I went ahead and donated those. I've kind of been on a marlin kick, where, you know, you hold 2 strands together of different colors. And so, I had that Sears yarn. It was that aqua blue. It's a sport weight yarn. And I held it with a navy. It looks so cool. I really liked it. So there's pictures. Don't worry. There's pictures. I'll show you at the end. And this week they actually posted that they hit 100 hats. So I'm excited. But the 2 hats that I have today are yellow. They're going to the Children's Hospital. And basically I was finishing up the 2 colors of yellow I had, which were the Loops and Thread Impeccable. So it's a worsted acrylic weight, or it's a worsted weight acrylic yarn. I used a 6mm hook, and basically they're just a mirror of each other. So the darker yellow is Sunny Day, and then the light yellow is Butterscotch. And let me show you the seam side. Oh, I do that every time, don't I? Anyway, so 2 more hats. That brings me to 6 hats for the hospital, the Children's Hospital. So there's those. Nothing special about them. It's just a plain hat beanie pattern. A lady at my church gave me the pattern. I'll see if I can figure out where she found that. I'll put a link down below. All patterns and yarns that I talk about will be linked down below. Except for this next pattern, because this pattern hasn't been released yet. I'm doing a series of shawls based on women that inspire me. And so far I've released the Persuasion shawl, which is Jane Austen, and the Petite Curie shawl, which is Marie Curie. And then I just finished my third one. I was trying to find a P word because the other two have started with P. Couldn't think of anything that would fit for this woman. Anyway, so basically, the woman is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Supreme Court Justice. And I based the design off of the shawl off a dress that Felicity Jones wears in the movie On the Basis of Sex, which is where she portrays Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And then the colors and everything is based off that dress. But I also looked up when RBG was doing her Senate confirmation hearings, she was in a bright blue dress, so it all works out. Are you ready to see? Basically, I've already sent it out to my testers. They are working on it. I need to make sure I show you the right side. So it's 2 panels sewn together, and it turned out really big. So this is definitely not one that you would wear scarf style. This is one you definitely like wrap up in. Are you ready? You ready? Ta-da! Here it is. Can't even get it all on the camera. Ta-da! So yeah, so I'll put a picture of Felicity Jones in this dress. I don't think I can really post it on social media because it is from a movie. But you'll see how I got this design. So yeah, this is one that you definitely want to wrap up like this. Oh, if I can get it. Yeah, so it wraps up really nice, snug, warm, cozy. So the yarn that I used is Yarn Bee Soft and Secret, or Soft Secret, which is their version of Caron Simply Soft. The colors I have are bright blue, navy, and then denim. And as I said, the testers are working on it, and I should hopefully have the pattern released by July. Why do I keep wanting to say January? I guess it's episode 13. I jinxed myself. So yeah, and then so it should be out soon. The testers have already, I mean, like the first day, like within 3 hours, I already had pictures of, look how far I've gotten. Like, oh my gosh. Thank you for working on those. So yeah. Oh, I should tell you the name of this pattern, since I couldn't find a P word, and since the colors and everything is based off of what RBG wore in her Senate confirmation, and also what, you know, Felicity Jones is walking up the steps of the Supreme Court. So this is the Supreme Court shawl. Ta-da! Okay. So set that one aside. Alright, so my last finished object you have not seen. You haven't even seen me working on it. 2 weeks ago, I was watching a podcast. It's the Knit for Brains podcast. My friend Laura and her daughter Alicia are in it together. The last episode, though, it was her and another friend of mine, Karen. They're ladies from my old stitch group, but in all this to say, in the last episode, Laura was talking about how she just had this bin of projects ready to start. And so she sat down one day and 45 minutes, like, she'd pull one out, work on it for 45 minutes, set it down, pick up another one, 45 minutes, all that. I really can't take my big bin of stuff to work. So I would just take, every day I basically organized all my project bags, put the yarn, hook, pattern, everything I would need, And so every day when I go to work, I'd grab a different bag and work on that. And this project is quick and easy, so it ended up really quick. So, without further ado, it is actually living in my Kentucky Derby bag. Because it's a Christmas present. So I'm not going to say who it's for, because I'm not sure if she watches or not. But the lady who it's for lives in Kentucky. Hint, hint. I've had this yarn for a while. It's been on my to-do list. I finally was just like, I just need to get this done. The pattern that I did, paper clip, is the Painted Moss Cowl by Sam from the Sam Squeak podcast. Hi Sam, I actually did the pattern. Actually, no, I didn't. I keep wanting to say I wanted to be able to say I did the pattern the way you wrote it. I didn't pull a Lori and do my own little thing. But the yarn kind of made me switch things up a bit. It's not big. But again, like, this is a great pattern. The yarn that I used, it's written for the Karen Pantone, and I used Ocean Surf, which are these colors. Pretty blues. And like when I bought the yarn, I was like, oh yeah, it's alright. You know, I like the blues, but I'm not sure about the other colors. And then as I was working on it, I'm like, I love these colors. Maybe I'll keep this for myself. Here it is. So, start with the navy, and you go to the blue, and then a taupey gray, and then tan, and then white. And basically, the only thing I did different was just the fade of the yarn. I couldn't quite do it the way she wanted in the first one because I was running out of yarn. I lost at yarn chicken for that one. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. And it's like, I wish I could keep it for myself, but no, I made myself, nope, it's gonna be a Christmas present. Ta-da! What else do I want to say about it? I used a 6mm hook like I was supposed to, the Karen Pantone Ocean Surf, and it's a Christmas gift. So anyway, here's that. I'm going to take this off, get a couple drinks of water, pause, all that. Hold on. Okay, so on to make some progress, right? So like I said, every day I just grab a different bag. Actually one day Ryan was like, do you have cash for the kid who mowed our lawn? I was like, yeah, it's in my purse, in my craft room. And he walks in, there's 15 bags! Which one is it in? It's in my purse, the small purple one. Not the bigger ones, small. Anyway, so this next making progress, you have seen. It's my Tunisian one. I've actually added more to it. So yeah, I spent one day just working on this. Basically, I want to learn how to Tunisian crochet and just keep adding a different color, trying a different stitch. The yarn that I'm using is the Knit Picks Brava Sport, so it's 100% acrylic. It's a sport weight yarn, hence sport. And I'm using a 5mm Tunisian hook. Let me find it. Which is this one. Just double-ended hook, Afghan hook. That's what they call. Some people call it. A lot of the stitches I'm getting from this book, and they have a whole section of Tunisian ones. Actually, I'll put it back in here. So you have seen the green and the pink, and I started the yellow, which I was to here last time you saw it. Let me see my stitch marker. Pull the yarn a bit, and then I did all the yellow, and then I've added this lovely eggplant color. Ta-da! So yeah, I hope to dedicate at least one day a week to this one. Maybe two. Let's get this going, get this done. So yeah, this is the Tunisian simple stitch. This is the knit stitch. This is the full stitch, I believe. Like, I've seen it called different things, I think. Anyway. And then this one is the smock stitch. Can you even see how... I mean, once I get more rows in, you'll see how cool it looks. But I really like this one. So anyway, it is living in my boy bag, which is Crochet Fast, Dye Warm. And hopefully that'll be a big scarf that'll keep me warm. Because these Chicago winters are brutal. And let me say, this week it's been cold. And then today, I thought it was only supposed to be in the 70s. No, it got it to 80. Yay! I'm so excited. So anyway, of course I'm working on all this warm stuff that's supposed to keep you warm. It's hot. But I don't mind. I'm not going to complain. Because I've been too cold for too long. Alright. The next one, let me grab, I have them all at my feet here. The next one is a new one. Although I have talked about it, so you do know about it. Started working on the Ebbing Tides shawl, which is again from Sam, from Sam Squeak. I'm going to kind of call this like my podcaster shawl because it's living in my bag from Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craftcast. So this one I'm using Loops and Threads wool-like yarn. This is the marled one I'm talking about. So I've actually made it together. But it's teal and charcoal. Yeah, those are the two colors. So I just made the ball together, so it's them together, and then I have a third skein of the teal. I am using a 5mm hook, and it's 3 strands held together to give it, because it's for sport weight yarn. Sorry, I'm making a noise. And obviously wool-like is it's a very fine fingering weight yarn. But here is my Ebbing Tides. Oh, I'm showing you the back side. Let me Oh, Lori. Anyway, so here you go. Not very far. But I really like this cabling along the side. And once I'm able to block it, it should look really cool. But I thought, you know, the gray with the teal makes it look more like a stormy sea. So anyway, ta-da! There we go. I haven't gotten very far on this, obviously, but I'm really liking it so far. That's, again, Ebbing Tides shawl by Sam. Let's see. The next one. I kind of went on a start all the projects. Next one is for my entry in the Summer of Romance Crochet Along, hosted by Claudia from the Crochet Luna podcast and Clarissa Beth from the Crochet Cakes podcast. And this year's theme was Opposites Attract. I did talk about this before in my plans. Talking about clearance, Fate's Thread. I follow her on Instagram. She had a clearance section in her Etsy, so look at this bag. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. This is gonna be my new shawl bag. I thought I had her card. hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. So yeah, Shauna from Fate Thread. I'll put a link to her Etsy down below, and then I got this really cute leaf progress keeper. Love it, love it. Okay. Project, the actual project that I'm doing. So I am doing the Secret Paths shawl. Of course, my black and white copy is not really showing you the awesomeness of the shawl. Yeah. It's by Joanna Lindahl from Miho Crochet. The yarns that I'm using, I decided to do a cotton blend for this one this time, just so it's a nice summer shawl. So I'm using Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton, and the gray is Granny's Recipe. And then I have I Love This Cotton. Am I holding it right? Nope. I Love This Cotton in pink and apple green. And so my couple for Opposites Attract is The Big Bang Theory's Leonard and Penny. So we have the pink for Penny and the green for Leonard. And this is my shawl so far. Obviously, I'm not very far along on it. So, ta-da! So this pattern is really made for like a wheel of the cake yarn. I think they used the shippies, or however you say it. I can't. You kind of have to act like you're hawking up something to say it correctly. So I'm kind of doing my color changes as I want to. So yeah, I have this lovely green and this pretty pink. And that's all there is to it so far. So anyway, I'll be working more on that on Monday. And then of course, the hats. I have one hat in progress, so I have a hip. So a friend of mine, I'm making hats for her and her family. She has a baby who has Down syndrome. So I went and looked up to see if Down syndrome had a color. You know, because breast cancer is pink, ovarian cancer is teal, all that. So the color for Down syndrome is yellow and blue, which I'm using. Let's continue yellow and blue hats. So the hat that I'm working on right now, and I don't have the pattern in my folder, somewhere in here. I've done this hat before. It's called the Phyllis hat. You can find it on the Lion Brand website. I did change it up this time. I changed it to a different size hook. I think it calls for a 6mm hook. I changed it to a 5mm hook just to make it a little smaller. Oh goodness. My hook is like caught in everything. Alright, here we go. So it's mostly white, and then I'm adding some yellow and blue as I go. I have all these lovely ends. So yeah, so this one will be for the 10-year-old daughter. I'm hoping it'll fit. Anyway, so that's my one hat I'm working on. It is living in my Wonder Woman bag. The yarn, you need to know the yarn, is the white and the blue is actually the Mainstays yarn, and white and royal blue. And then the yellow is Red Heart Super Saver in bright yellow. And let me just tangle up all that yarn. Okay, shall we get on to some more fun stuff? Oh goodness, I'm dropping everything. Hold on, let's pause for a second. Okay? Okay, so that was a mess. Getting a little overwhelmed, need to clean up just a bit. Okay, so shall we get on to the to be section? So these are yarns that I just bought that are going to be something that I make or something that I give away. So shall we go through all the yarn? I think so. Alright, so the yarn that I went to go get when I saw the Hobby Lobby yarn clearance, I just need one skein. And I came home with a whole bunch more. I mean, so much so that, like, I have 2 baskets here. Alright, so I got this. Woo! That's not the right color. It's showing up on camera. It's the Yarn Bee Soft Secret in Hot Grape. As I was thinking, I have a friend, I used to make a bunch of stuff for her and her girls all the time. Haven't made anything for a while. So, I found this lovely pattern, the diagonal raised beanie. I think I would have like a Pinterest board of, I think we all do, of patterns that we want to do. So I found this one, like, I'm actually going to do one. So I thought that would work really cool. I just may make matching beanies for her and her girls, and then her husband, I don't know if he'd want anything. I could just do a black beanie for him, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, she's a good friend, and she loves purple, so that's all right in my book. The other one, this is the one where I had to go see if they had any extra left. This is actually from the clearance. It is the Yarn Bee Luxe Lolly, and the colorway is Count on Coconut. But look at these colors. Oh my goodness. So it's 100% acrylic. It's a 4, so it's a worsted weight. Normally it is $7.99. I got it for $1.99. And so I have 3 of them. I'm excited. And then trying to think, like, can I fit that into the Summer of Romance cowl, Opposites Attract? And I was thinking that might work. You could do Eugene and Rapunzel from Tangled. I think I might do that. Have that be my couple. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Frozen, but Tangled I like a whole lot more. Let me find the actual picture of the pattern. So, here. I'm going to do the Summertime Tea, and this is what it looks like. Ta-da! The pattern is by Tony Lipsy. She actually has a podcast too. I'll link down below. She does a lot of Tunisian tutorials, and actually a lot of tutorials. So anyway, I just really like that sweater. Although I wouldn't be wearing it off my shoulder like that. But anyway, so that'll be started soon. This next yarn I've wanted to try for a long time. Again, it's $4.49. I got it for $1.37, and I bought 3 of them. It's the Andes Alpaca. Oh, I really like those colors. This is Mountain Bluebird, and I got 3 skeins of it. Actually, it says they're all the same dye, but look at that. This one looks different. Yeah, it says they're all the same dye. Actually, This one's different. Interesting. Anyway, not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh. And then, of course, they have their spring stuff on clearance, 66% off. Now this lovely yellow basket. I was looking for a pink one, but they didn't have pink. They just had the yellow, which is fine. I don't mind. Alright, so next one is the Yarn Bee Katarina. I got Fairview Cottage. Kind of think I know what I want to do with this, but I'm still thinking. Oh, lovely purples and the lovely green to it. Yeah, I like that. We'll throw that in there. And then, another one I've been wanting to try too. The Yarn Bee Glowing in their Lace Wing Fields. It's regularly $5.49. I got it for $1.37. And here it is. Lovely pinks and greens. I'm on a pink and green kick. Anyway. Alright, so the next ones that I wanted to show you are actually I'm going to do in the giveaway. So starting August, giving you plenty of time to plan, I'm going to start my own make-along. It is, I'm going to call it the Inspiring Women Make-Along. But you can do anything, like, I really don't care. You can sew, spin, dye yarn, crochet, knit, you know, cross stitch, whatever. It's a make-along. And basically, you know, whichever woman inspires you. There's already a chatter thread open in my podcast Ravelry group. So you can go there. I think I just have the details listed. I haven't even really posted much in there yet. Better get on that. But I did want to say, if you do one of my patterns, because I should have 3 done by then, either one of the Inspiring Women series, you can actually do a double entry. Again, yeah, double your chances to win. So basically what I have here is, it's like I have a purple prize and I have a pink prize. So the yarns are all the same, it's just different colors. So for the purple, I found the Yarn Bee Juliet. This one is rose water and lace, which it's not really a whole lot of purple in there. There's a little bit. When you see the pink one, you'll know why. So there's 4 skeins of this. It is 80% acrylic, 20% nylon. Oh, so, and let's see. Yeah, it's a number 6 actually, so super bulky. So that would make a nice cowl. And then with that is this lovely purple. My friend Lisa actually dyed this herself. So this is 80/20, you know, superwash merino nylon blend for 400 yards. It's fingering weight, and this is lovely purple. And then the pink prize is again the Yarn Bee Juliet in the colorway Blush, and that is not showing up right. I think the clouds are rolling in. We're supposed to get some more storms. But yeah, it's pink and tan. Anyway, so there's 4 skeins of this. And then you'll get lovely pink, That's showing up a lot brighter on camera. So again, this is Lisa's hand-dyed yarn. Same as the purple. 80-20, 400 yards for 100 grams. So yeah. So that is the pink prize. And then I have stitch markers to go with it. I have pink ones and I have purple ones to go with all that. So, is that everything? Let me see. Yeah, so basically if you use one of my patterns, you'll get 2 entries in the finished objects thread. Actually, you could probably do, yeah, you could do 2 entries in the chatter thread as well. I think so. Oh, Stitches Midwest is coming up. Are you going? I'm going to go on Saturday, the 3rd. Is that the date? I'll put it down below. Stitches Midwest is a yarn convention. Lots of indie dyed yarns, all that. I have actually pulled up the list of vendors and have started making my notes on who I really want to go see and the colorways that I found on their websites. I'm like, oh, I think I need that one. I think Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. She's a podcaster. She lives nearby. She's in one of the suburbs. Hi, Rose. But she's gonna do a meetup. So if you're interested, I'd head over to her channel, email her. So you're gonna be there, and we can all meet up and hang out. Obviously, I can't go on Sunday because, you know, pastor's wife. I kind of have to be at church, which is fun. I don't mind. But I always tell my husband, you know, Stitches Midwest happens to be like on my birthday weekend. And so I just tell my husband, just give me money and that'll be my birthday present, okay? That's what I want for my birthday. Just to go hang out with yarny people and look at gorgeous yarn and dream dreams about what I want to do. So yeah, that's about it. So I just want to say thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. There's my Kentucky accent coming out. So yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Happy crafting. God bless.